I keep seeing the same thing. For anybody running Google ads, be warned, you could be burning a lot of budget on useless targeting and useless key terms. Once again, I log into a Google account and the cost per click is 50 cents, $1, $2, $3. Not to say that you can't get those cost per clicks, but in any somewhat competitive space, even least competitive space, a genuine, meaningful click that can potentially have the right intent is starting from $5 upwards. Now, that's not a blanket rule. I'm talking about like dense areas of Melbourne and Sydney and in most populated areas around Australia. Any somewhat competitive spaces start from $10 upwards. So $15, $20, $30 a click. Google does not miss the opportunity to bill accordingly for clicks and leads that matter. When I log into a Google account where cost per clicks are sitting at $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. $5 is where that's going into more meaningful key terms. And then the agency's bragging that each lead is costing $20 and $30. That could be true, but how good are the leads? And so the common scenario is, oh, that makes sense why I'm getting so many people calling for roof tiling jobs, or they thought I was Bunnings because they Googled roof tile Bunnings. Our ad came up and they clicked on it. Not our ad, client's ad. Same goes for any other key term. What I find the same thing is happening. The advertiser will simply throw in, whether it's a DIY, whether it's someone setting up their own Google ad, they'll throw in their desired key terms, thinking they're targeting the key terms, but what they're actually doing is they're not reading the fine print, and just simply throwing in the key terms simply allows Google to run wild with that credit card. Commonly, when you fire up your own Google ad account for the first time, you get excited. You're like, yes, I want to target all of the terms. I want to receive all of the traffic, right? But think about how many unique ways there are to type in that particular question, the query, and the various intent that people might have. It might be informational. People are just looking to understand what is a removalist, how do you become a removalist, what is a roof tile, where can I buy a roof tile, how do I get a job in roof tiling resume, roof tiling job description. All of these things are key terms that potentially will waste your dollar with Google targeting or Bing targeting, you name it. So if you see low cost per click, just hold on. How do we know we're spending money on key terms that actually matter? So ask your agency that question. How do we know that we're spending, can we get a breakdown of where Bing and Google has taken our dollar for in the last 30 days, in the last 2 months? And most importantly, what did we receive at the end of it? Like, calls have to be tracked, inquiries have to be tracked, so a unique lead form on a unique page, so we understand. Even without metrics from within Google Ads or Bing, whatever, you can see, okay, we spent this much money with them and we received this many inquiries. So your own tracking, offline tracking, right? What kind of inquiries? And I think this poor roofer was getting like 99% of, in fact, all the inquiries he was getting were people looking for jobs. And what was wild is people were getting angry at him because he was saying, oh, I'm not looking for anyone. Because as far as they were concerned, he's advertising for roofing jobs. He's looking for employees. He doesn't want that. He wants roofing services. He wants to sell the services. So things to ask. Your agency's probably sending you, or should be sending you, some sort of a number of, yes, clicks. All that matters is leads, meaningful leads, genuine leads. Or for example, our websites begin to rank not just in metropolitan Melbourne or Sydney, but they begin to rank further out. And unfortunately, those areas might be too far for the client to service, especially if they get busy, they want to travel less. So that's still very much a genuine lead. It's just not relevant to the client at the time. That's something that is hard to control, is when the website begins to rank on SEO. I think our wedding venue that we look after began to rank in Melbourne, America, which is wild because none of our key terms target Florida or any American terms and things like that. But that's what happened. We started to get every now and again an inquiry from Melbourne, Florida. So that's just something that comes with it. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, if anything. But all we can do is we can target the key terms that we show up for, and after that, it's just a numbers game from there. Back to the cost per click and cost per lead. Hope to God you're receiving leads at 20 or 30 bucks a lead in any competitive space. If those leads are genuine, if they're actually looking for the thing that you do, happy days. My suggestion to this morning's campaign that I looked at is if they are genuine leads, if that is genuinely your cost per lead, you should be putting 5K, 10K into this ad. You've already got this asset, go scale it. Don't be afraid, because they're at 30 bucks a lead. If they're genuine leads, let's say you convert 1 in every 5. Let's say you're pretty shit at sales and you convert 1 every 5. Ideally, you should be able to convert 1 in every 3, 4. But then you should just be scaling that thing. But there's an elephant in the room there. It smells. I didn't have full access to everything, but there's something that smells like it potentially will be the agency tracking CPA, cost per action, right? And that could be just a click to the call button, but no tracking of the call, or a click to the inquire or the thank you page or something like that. So still great engagement, don't get me wrong, they're good metrics and they should be KPI'd, but is that 12 leads that are now on the client's desk in the inbox for them to call and sell? If that's the case, bro, send it. 33 bucks a lead. What's an average order value of your service? I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, do the numbers, but they're good numbers. So moral of the story, if you're in a competitive space, you know you're in a competitive space, you're seeing under $5 a click, ask a question of where is my money is actually going. This is the kind of stuff that Bing and Google are starting to hide. They don't want you to see that your money went to free roof tiles. They've started to hide this crap, that's fraudulent activity, if you ask me. Like no invoice of where the money actually went. Ask the question, how are we tracking leads? What is a lead? What is an inquiry? What is a CPA from the agency side? Every agency does things differently. Have a unique number, have a unique contact form, make sure things are funneling into their own buckets. And that way, success. If this thing has legs, if it does, if it's positively geared, scale it. Just put 10K into it, 5K into it, as long as you can handle the business. I'm sounding like a broken record. Talk soon.